Hey everyone, welcome back to Civil Learning Online YouTube channel, and today in this video I am going to discuss about a problem which is based upon the Taylor series method, and I hope you are going to love this video. So without any further delay, let's get started. So let's begin the solution of this problem, and this is exponential type problem which is based upon the Taylor series method. And the question says, using Taylor series method with the first 5 terms in the expansion, means we have to move up to 5th expression in the formula of the Taylor series method, which we will discuss further in this video. Find y 0.1 correct to 3 decimal place given that dy upon dx equals to e to the power x minus y square y0 equals to 1. So let's write down the given, what we are given in this question. So we are provided with the value, that is expression, that is dy upon dx equals to e to the power x minus y square. Similarly, we are also provided with, we can denote this as y dash. Okay, second thing is we are provided that y0 equals to 1, and we can equate this expression as y x naught equals to y naught. So from here we come to know that we have x naught equals to 0, x naught equals to 0 on comparing these two. So we have x naught equals to 0 and y naught equals to 1 on comparison. Now, what is the formula for Taylor series? So, formula for Taylor series is given by y equals to, I hope this is visible to you guys. So, y equals to y naught plus x minus x naught times y dash plus x minus x naught square upon 2 factorial times y naught double dash plus x minus x naught to the power 3 upon 3 factorial times y naught to the power 3 plus x minus x naught to the power 4 upon 4 factorial times y naught to the power 4 plus we are asked up to the 5th expression. So I am going to provide one more expression, that is y plus x minus x naught to the power 5 upon 5 factorial times y naught to the power 5. So if in the question we were asked up to 6 terms in the expressions, this is expression of Taylor series, 6 terms in the expression. So you are now smart enough to frame up to of the 6th expression, which is going to be x minus x naught to the power 6 upon 6 factorial times y naught to the power 6. So now what we will do, we will find the derivative. Like we have got y dash, we will require the value of y double dash naught, y naught triple dash, y naught to the power 4, means 4th times derivative. This 3 triple dash means 3rd time derivative of y dash. Okay, so what we will do, we have y dash equals to e to the power x minus y square. Now I will need to tell you some few things which will make you easy to understand this topic. We will require some basic concept of derivatives. So what are they? We should know, I think most of you guys know that derivative of x to the power n with respect to x is n times x to the power n minus 1. Similarly, derivative of y dash with respect to x, if we denote this by y dash, so again we are finding the derivative of this y, that is derivative of with respect to x of this expression dy upon dx will be given as d square y upon dx square. This represents the second times derivative of y with respect to x, and we can represent it as y double dash. Similarly, if we are asked to find the third derivative of y with respect to x, third derivative means this can be third derivative is represented by dqy by dxq. This is third derivative, so it will be written as y triple dash. This is how we represent. So how we got the third derivative? This is actually d upon dx and d square y upon dx square. This is how the third derivative came into the action. Now we will do the derivative of this expression. So we are provided that dy dash equals to e to the power x minus y square, and y dash is actually derivative of y with respect to x. This is y dash. So we will need to find derivative of y double dash, means derivative of this expression will be y double dash. So y double dash derivative of this expression with respect to x will be e to the power x minus, and we will apply the theorem of derivative, that is derivative of y to the power n will be n times y to the power n minus 1 times y dash. Why so? See here, we are finding derivative of y derivative here. This is y. So see, we have dy upon dx equals to e to the power x minus y square, and we are finding the second derivative, means dy upon dx times dy upon dx. We are finding the derivative of this expression, so d upon dx times e to the power x minus y square. Okay, so what happens here? D e to the power x upon dx minus dy square upon dx. Okay, so derivative of e to the power x with respect to x is e to the power x minus dy square upon dy times dy upon dx. So from here we have got, this is the chain rule of derivative. So e to the power x minus derivative of y square with respect to y is 2y, and derivative of dy upon dx is y dash. So this is what I wrote here. Now we will proceed further. Time for the third derivative of this third time derivative of y, that is first time derivative of y double dash. Okay, so we will do the derivative. So e to the power x derivative is again e to the power x minus, now we will apply the product rule here, product rule, and we know that derivative of u times v with respect to x, means u and v are the function of x and y. So u times v equals to u times dv upon dx plus v times du upon dx. So this is what we are going to do here. So let this be u and let this be v. This is just for representation. So we doing the derivative, so 2 times y, and derivative of y dash with respect to x will be y double dash minus 2, as it is this is constant, so 2 and minus this is plus sign, this plus sign will get minus because we have minus 2, so minus 2, this both becomes negative, so minus 2 the u times dv by dx minus v times, so v is y dash time, derivative of y will be with respect to x, derivative of y with respect to x is dy upon dx, so y dash. So we can rewrite it as e to the power x minus 2y times y double dash minus 2y dash square. Okay, now time for fourth derivative, so yiv. So yiv means the first time derivative of y third. Okay, so we will find the derivative of this expression. Okay, so how we are going to do this? See here, e to the power x derivative of e to the power is e to the power x minus 2y times y triple dash minus 2, derivative of y is y dash times y double dash minus, see here, now we will apply the here it is in power, so derivative of 2 times y dash square will be 2 times y dash times derivative of y dash will be y double dash. How this came, see here. Let me use another page to make you understand this step. See, we have here 2y dash square, so and minus 2y dash square. So we are finding the derivative with respect to x. So minus 2 dy dash square upon dx. Okay, so we will have here minus 2 and derivative of y dash square can be written as dy dash times dy dash upon dx. So from here we got minus 2 and this 2 times y dash times y dash by dx means y double dash. So from here we have minus 4 y dash times y double dash. Okay, this is fourth expression now. So here you can see we have these two terms common, so we can rewrite it as e to the power x minus 2y times y triple dash minus, this is 4 and 2 6, y dash times y double dash. Okay, so we have up to find up to fifth expression, we have to use first 5 terms. So up to y5 we have to use in this expression. So we have e to the power x minus, now derivative of this term will be 2 and let this be u and v. So y times y4 minus 2 times derivative of y will be y dash times y3, derivative of u and v, this is v, and minus this we will have, okay, let me use this, sorry for that. So there is minus 6 times derivative of u and v, so y dash times y3 minus 6 y double dash times y double dash, this is y double dash, and on derivative of y dash this got y double dash. Okay, so we have y double dash square. So on rearranging, then we have e to the power x minus 2y times y4 minus, and minus 2 minus 6 is minus 8 y dash y triple dash minus 6 y double dash square. Okay, this is what we got on solving y5, adding and subtracting the y5 term. Now what we will do, we will proceed further. So guys, we have successfully calculated the derivatives of derivative of y dash, y double dash, y triple dash, y4 time dash, y fifth. So what we will do now, we will require the value of y naught dash, y naught double dash, y naught triple dash, this is also y naught, and y naught fourth time and y naught fifth time. So how we are going to find this value, we need to now use this value, these values here, x naught equals to 0 and y naught equals to 1. So from here if we rearrange this, what we will have here, y naught dash equals to e to the power x minus y naught square. So on putting the value, this is x is actually x naught. Okay, so e to the power x naught, and we have got x naught equals to 0, so e to the power 0 minus y naught square, and y naught is 1, so 1 square. On solving this we will get it as 0 because y0 equals to 1, so 1 minus 1 will get 0. Similarly, if we find the value of y double dash, so it is going to be, we have e to the power x means e to the power x means e to the power x is y double dash is actually y naught double dash. Okay, so we are putting the value of x naught and y naught, so this will also get naught. Okay, so y naught double dash is e to the power x, again this gets x naught, so x naught is 0 minus 2 times y will also get y naught and y naught dash. Okay, so y naught is again 1, so 1 times and y naught dash value is 0, so put here 0. So again 1 minus 0 is 1. This is how we are supposed to solve this. So y naught triple dash is going to be e to the power x, means x naught, so x naught is 0, so 0 minus 2 times y is actually y naught. Just put note here just for understanding. So from here we will have, I am putting note here so that you won't get confused. So we have now y naught, because we are putting note here because we are putting the value of x naught and y naught in these equations. So we have e to the power 0 minus 2 times y naught, and y naught is 1 times y naught double dash y naught double dash value is 1. So one more term, that is y naught dash square, so that is minus 2 times y naught dash 0 and its square. So on solving this we will get 1 minus 2 is minus 1. Okay, from equation 4 we will have here 1 minus 2 times 1 times minus 1 minus 6 times y naught dash is 0 times 1. On solving this we will get it as 3. Similarly from here we have 1 minus 2 times 1 times 3 minus 8 times 0 times minus 1 minus 6 times y double dash, means 1 and its square. So finally we will have here y naught 5 equals to minus 11. Now what we will do, we will substitute this value in the equation which I have shown earlier in this video, which was the equation of Taylor series. So we are going to put this value in this equation. Then we will get an equation in the form of x and y with respect to y. So we will have here now, right here, using Taylor's series method, we have y equals to y naught, and y naught is 1, so 1 plus x minus x naught, and x naught is 0 times y naught dash means 0 plus x minus x naught 0 square upon 2 factorial times, I am simply putting this value in this equation. You can copy the equation and understand like what I am doing here. So y naught double dash value is 1, so 1 plus x minus x naught, 0 to the power 3 by 3 factorial. 3 factorial means 6 times y naught 3 is minus 1, so minus multiply by minus 1 plus x minus 0 to the power 4 upon 4 factorial is 24 times 3, and plus x minus 0 to the power 5 upon 5 factorial is 120 times minus 11. Okay, this much. So we will have here y in terms of x equals to 1 plus this gets 0, so x times 0 plus x square by 2 factorial means 2 times 1 plus x cube by 6 times minus 1 plus x to the power 4 by 24 times 3 plus x minus 0 means x to the power 5 by 120 times minus 11. Okay, so now we are, from the question we are asked to find the value of, we are asked to find y at x equals to 0.1. so what we will do now, we will simply put x equals to 0.1 in this equation. So we will have here 1 plus x equals to 0.1 times 0 is 0 plus 0.1 square upon 2 times 1 plus 0.1 to the power 3 by 6 times minus 1 plus 0.1 to the power 4 by 24 times 3 plus 0.1 to the power 5 by 120 times minus 11. Okay, so on solving this we will get y 0.1 equals to 0.004844, and this is our final answer. I hope you understood this video. See you in the next video with new topic. Till then, stay safe and take care of yourself.